For we all stand naked in the eyes of the Lord, except those of us who sit naked. Seagram's, chapter 7, verse 7. It's been a while since I did a Facebook video. But yesterday, my Facebook kind of blew up, so I figured, why not, reply to you all at once in the live, instead of typing out a bunch of replies to each and every one of you. Anyway, long have I been given advice on weight loss. I have. I'm telling people, giving them ideas and tips and stuff. Sometimes it's hard to hear, sometimes it's even harder to follow. But if you do it, I promise you will like the results. My parents were both overweight, and my own weight loss struggles began on the wrestling team in junior high, where I realized pretty quickly that I was a good wrestler if I could keep my weight in the 130s and not balloon up into the 140s and end up wrestling bigger kids who'd kick my ass. Anyway, then I joined the Army, and then I figured out pretty quick that they'll kick you out if you're overweight. And they don't just call you down to the office and politely ask you to leave. You first are enrolled in the Fat Boy program, which for 6 months meets once daily every afternoon, and everyone else gets dismissed to go home to their families. You get to hang out and do physical activities until dark in an attempt to not have to spend the rest of your life lying to folks or telling them that you got kicked out of the Army for being overweight. And we used to be able to make fun of obese people, you know that? And then I'll tell you why. It was because only 5% of the people were obese, and they were the wealthy people. So we felt free to make fun of them. Now 33% of us are obese, and the left would like us to believe that it's McDonald's and Walmart's fault that we can't seem to figure out a fair combination of foods to put into our bodies each day. You decide when to wake up every day. You decide when to sleep. You decide when and what to eat. You decide when, how, and how much or not to do exercise. Nobody wants to be held accountable. I'm telling you. Once you own your own part and why you are the way you are, then it won't bother you when someone else says, hey man, you need to do some exercise. Own your part. I don't like getting up before 9. I like to drink whiskey all day. I gotta have a couple of Cokes a day or I get angry. I hate riding a bicycle, I ain't doing it. I grew my booty this big on purpose. Own that shit, whatever it is. Otherwise, everything is someone else's fault. You're not a fat person, you're a victim of societal fatness. I get it. And nobody better tell you that you need to do some exercise, except that you do. You do need to do some exercise. If you were my dog, I'd take you out for exercise, and it would be an act of love, me giving my time to do that for you. And when someone, anyone, even a fat person, like the President of the United States, tells you that you need to eat wiser and do some exercise, they're actually giving you love. They're giving you their version of love. It comes from their heart, for they know, and they believe it in their heart, that if you follow their advice or their instructions, you will be pleased with the results. For me, my own personal grind of maintaining a healthy weight and reasonable fitness continues on. As soon as I turn off this camera, I'm fixing to sober up a little bit and then drive out to Crested Butte, Colorado, and hand cycle in the mountains for a week with a whole bunch of other veterans. And I'm pretty excited about that. As for my last post, I see I got lots of comments and whatnot, and I see that it pissed some of you off. Sometimes hearing stuff that's true is a pain in the ass. I'm sorry about that. It wasn't directed at you. It was a specific post about one guy catching some free advice from the president on the way out of a party. As for accusations I see in the comments that I am fat shaming in that post, or that I've fat shamed you in that post, that's ridiculous. Refusing to date you and honestly telling you why, while offering you free fitness advice, is not fat shaming. Those were positive conversations with valid fitness advice, and what's more, they were private conversations, which removes the possibility that shame was the goal. Anyway, this is carried on far longer than I'd planned. I gotta pack and get on with my day. John, Colin, Michael, Alicia, Nicole, all you guys, thank you. Thank you for your comments. You're the salt of the earth. All you knuckleheads. I'll tell you what, I love you, and Jesus loves you too. God bless you all. I'll see you in Crested Butte. I got me a helmet. I'm going to be totally safe. I'm going to be flying down mountains. I'm going to be taking ski lifts to the top of the mountain.